In the verdant village of Umuchieze, nestled between two sacred rivers and protected by the whispering Iroko trees, there lived a young princess named Adora, the only daughter of Igwe Uguefi, the great king of the land. Adora was the heart of the village, wise, beyond her years, brave like her warrior ancestors, and as graceful as the morning dew on yam leaves. She was the jewel of Umuchieze, desired by many, but her heart beat quietly for one man, Obina, the mighty warrior of the land. Obina was revered. His strength in battle was unmatched, his wisdom respected, and his loyalty to the village unquestioned. But his heart carried a dark shadow. He had been widowed not once, not twice, but four times. Each of his wives had died mysteriously within months of their union. Some whispered it was a curse. Others said it was the will of the gods, but no one dared to ask too much. For Obina bore his pain in silence, burying his grief behind callous hands and clenched jaws. Princess Adora, despite her father's warnings, often found herself near the warrior's compound, listening to the rhythm of his blacksmith's hammer, watching from behind the trees as he trained the younger warriors. She loved him quietly, secretly, believing that if she could just show him her heart, perhaps she could heal his own. One day, during the annual Ofala festival, a celebration of kingship and the renewal of strength, Adora danced in the village square. Her feet moved like the flames across the red earth, her eyes occasionally flicking towards Obina, who stood solemnly among the elders. That night, she did the unthinkable. She approached him by the moonlight river and confessed her love. Obina was torn. He admired the princess, her courage, her fire, her purity, but he feared for her. He told her about the deaths of his wives, about the strange dreams that preceded each death, and the scent of bitter herbs always lingering in their hearts after they were gone. Azora, unshaken, swore that love was greater than curses. Their union was blessed with rituals, chants, and sacrifices to the gods. The village rejoiced, but in the shadows jealousy festered. Nnena, Obina's childhood friend and closest confidant, smiled at the wedding, poured palm wine for the guests, and sang songs of joy. But inside her heart was a storm. For years, Obina had harbored a secret love for Obina. She had watched him marry others, always hoping he would one day turn to her. Each wife he chose filled her with burning envy, and each time she acted. It was she who slipped the poison of the Uda seed into their meals. She who whispered incantations at the river's edge. It was Inena, the one person Obina trusted most, who wore the mask of friendship while striking in the dark. But Adora was not like the others. One night, weeks after their wedding, Adora woke from a dream of a shadowy figure standing by her mat, pouring something bitter into her soup pot. She began to suspect the truth. Calling upon the wisdom of her late mother's old priestess, she crafted a trap. She pretended to fall ill and whispered loudly of the preparing of a sacred cleansing dish to break the supposed curse of her husband. That very night, Nina crept into their compound with a small gourd of poison and was caught by the princess herself. The village gathered. Nina's secret was laid bare under the full moon. She confessed, her voice trembling with shame and heartbreak. I only wanted him to see me, she cried. I was the first one he trained with, the first to hold his sword when he returned from war. But he never saw me. The gods were angry. The elders were ashamed. Nina was banished to the cursed forest of Aloma. never to return. Obinna wept, not just for the betrayal, but for the weight of guilt he had carried all those years. Adora held him close and whispered, "The gods kept you alive for a reason. Now live for us." Together they rebuilt, the warrior and the princess. The people called them Ugo na Nkem, the eagle and my own. And so love triumphed over shadows. In the act of Umucheze, a new legend was born of a woman who loved with courage, a man who survived heartbreak, and a jealous friend whose love turned to poison.